Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 13th. We are going to keep going this week with converting numbers. So our second day of that is, again, we are going to look at converting between fractions, decimals, and percents. Today won't be as much, okay? So you'll see coming up here what the plan is for today. The first thing, you can go ahead and pause and find your 10 differences. Today we're going to focus on percent to decimal. So if we have a percent and we want to make it a decimal, we are going to divide by 100. And remember, the percent sign kind of looks like 100. We have our 1 goes like this. And then our zeros are these little ones here. So percent always helps us think of 100. The other part of percent is this part that says cent. Cent, I think of pennies, and it takes 100 pennies to make $1. Okay, so this helps us remember that percent relates to 100. So when we do our work today, we're going to take our percent number and divide it by 100 to get our decimal. For this first problem then, I have 34%, so I'm going to take 34 divided by 100 in my calculator. And that gives me my decimal. Next one, I have 29 divided by 100. $0.29. Next one, I have 11 divided by 100. $0.11. You might already be noticing there's kind of a pattern. We are moving the decimal from where the decimal is in this number, you can't see it, but it's here, over 2 spots to here. So 50 divided by 100 gives us 0.5. Our next one is 4. So there's a single digit, and we are going to make that divided by 100. Careful with where you see that decimal place in the zeros. So 0.04. Our last one is 100 divided by 100. You might already know this math fact. And that would be 1. So whenever we're going from a percent to a decimal, we are just going to divide by 100 because we're trying to make it smaller. A decimal is much smaller than a percent, and divide helps us make things smaller. The last thing you're going to do today is you're going to do 20 minutes of ST Math on your own. Okay, there's nothing to submit to Schoology today, so go ahead and do your ST Math and have a good rest of your day. Bye.